All right, let's jump right in. What if I told you the universe has a secret rhythm, a pattern of motion that repeats itself everywhere, from the way a star is born to the way you come up with a new idea? It's this incredible thought that your inner world, your creative energy, isn't just random. It's a direct echo of the cosmos itself.
Think about it for a second. Have you ever noticed that your life seems to have its own seasons? There are these times of intense focus and structure, right? And then they're followed by periods where everything feels a bit loose, a bit uncertain. And then bam, a burst of growth, a creative surge. And finally, a quieter time to reflect. If you've felt that, you're not just imagining things, you're actually tapping into something ancient.
Let's make this real. Think about learning any new skill, playing an instrument maybe. First you get the structure, the rules, the scales, the boring stuff. Then comes that loosening phase, where you start to experiment, maybe feel a little lost. That's always followed by expansion, that amazing rush where it all starts to click and you're making real progress. And finally, there's integration, where you just absorb what you've learned. It becomes part of you, right before the whole cycle starts over again with something new. Okay, but here's where it gets really mind-bending. This four-step pattern, it isn't just some neat psychological metaphor. It appears to be a fundamental rhythm of existence itself. We're talking about four currents that seem to govern how literally everything in the universe comes into being, from the tiniest atom to the biggest galaxy. We can actually map these cosmic currents to the seasons we all know and understand. You've got winter, which is all about structure, stability, total consolidation. Then comes spring, that gentle loosening, the thaw, when things start to move again. Summer, of course, is that big, radiant expansion, a huge outward surge of energy. And then fall is about integration, a kind of tightening up, getting coherent again before the next winter. It's like the breath cycle of reality itself.
So what's the engine driving this whole cycle? Well, it comes down to a principle called the path of least imbalance. Now, don't worry about the math. All this really means is that the universe is, at its core, incredibly efficient. It always chooses the path of least resistance, the one that avoids wasted energy and unnecessary tension. Every single system, whether it's your nervous system trying to calm down or a galaxy settling into a perfect spiral, is always trying to find harmony.
Okay, so we've got this personal cycle in our own lives, and we've got this universal law. Now, let's see where they overlap. Get ready because we're about to scale hop, and you're going to see this exact same four-season rhythm playing out in systems so enormous, they're almost impossible to imagine.
This one quote really gets to the heart of the whole cosmic mirror idea. It's suggesting that the forces shaping your thoughts, your creativity, your personal growth, they are the very same forces shaping stars and galaxies. What you feel inside isn't just a metaphor, it's cosmology, just rendered on a human scale.
And here's the proof, plain as day. Just look at the life of a star. It starts with a spring, a gas cloud loosening up. Then it ignites into a long, radiant summer. It enters a fall as its core contracts, and finally, it settles into a stable winter as, say, a white dwarf. Now, look at a civilization. It follows the exact same arc. A spring of new ideas destabilizes the old ways. It explodes into a summer, a golden age of art and expansion. Then comes a fall of rising tensions, before it settles into a winter where its identity and institutions become rigid. It's the same pattern, just playing out over a different amount of time.
And this rhythm, it's not a new thing. It has been the basic operating system of our universe for 13.8 billion years. From the absolute first moments of existence, this single elegant cycle, loosening, expanding, integrating, structuring, has been shaping all of reality.
So let's take the final biggest leap. If this pattern is truly fundamental to everything, then it has to have been there at the very, very beginning, right? And, well, it was. The birth of our universe wasn't just some chaotic explosion. It was a rhythmic, seasonal unfolding.
Before anything, there was just stillness, a perfect balance. Then came the first loosening, a tiny little ripple that broke the perfect symmetry and allowed motion to even exist. That tiny ripple triggered the great expansion, this incredible, exuberant surge that created all the space for reality. And that was followed by integration, where the universe cooled down, started clustering, and formed the first stable structures, ready for the next cycle. The Big Bang wasn't a bang at all. It was the universe taking its very first breath.
So, what does all this mean for you right here, right now? It means that those internal seasons you feel, that pull towards stability, or that sudden urge for growth and change, that's not just in your head. You are literally reenacting the oldest pattern in existence. Your search for balance isn't just a good idea. It's a reflection of the fundamental law of the entire cosmos. And maybe most profoundly, your consciousness, your awareness. It isn't some random biological fluke. It's the universe itself, finally developing an instrument that's capable of noticing its own beautiful ancient rhythm.
And that leads to this. This is really the ultimate takeaway. We aren't just these lonely observers stuck inside some silent, mechanical cosmos. We are the universe's way of becoming self-aware. We are the cosmic mirror, the reflection that finally learned how to look back.
So I'll just leave you with this question. After seeing this single rhythm reflected in stars, in civilizations, and even in the birth of time itself, just take a second and look inward. What season are you in? Are you in a winter of structure, a spring of loosening, a summer of expansion, or a fall of integration? Because knowing your season isn't just psychology, it's about finding your place in the cosmic dance.